There must be something more, something deeper. I hear people say these things when I meet with them in coffee shops around here. You can see that this area is so past the frenetic, materialistic, self-protective angst that built suburbia.
One of the things that we're seeing in modern society is that people feel very unknown. They don't feel like a real person. They feel like they're forced to live a life as some cog in some major institution, and that's what they have to do in order to be successful.
People know that things that are true, good, and beautiful are real. Friendship, children, prayer, feasts. These are the real things, but these are the things that modern materialism suffocates.
And we see many within our society rejecting this idea. We see it in terms of protests. Protesting, we are more complex individuals, more complex people than can fit within the social structures of our society. And one of the things that all these movements are desiring is to be known as a real person.
We are striving to cultivate that God-given longing in this community. At Christ the King, we're trying to relearn a different way of life, a form of life, and live according to a better story than the one that modernity gives us. My greatest joy as a pastor is to see the blossoming of real friendships, rest, real joy, as people find their story align with the one that God is telling. God is, in his essence, a communion of three persons. And when he revealed himself to the world, he came in the person of Jesus Christ. His longing is to see the humans that he so lovingly made live together in communion with one another and in communion with him.
That's one of the things that we're trying to do here at Christ the King, is we're trying to create a community where people can come and feel themselves to be known and loved. By embracing different rhythms in the church calendar, we find new rhythms within ourselves. Rhythms of feasting, rhythms of fasting, rhythms of being a whole human person within a community of people who love us.
We don't claim to have all the answers. The church gathers around what the ancient Christians called the mystery. Now we just call it Holy Communion. In its ritual, it points to a reality that Jesus isn't just some set of ideas, but he's a real person that comes to us in real things, like bread and wine. And if Jesus can come to us in bread and wine, then he also comes to us in dear friends, sweet children, quiet prayer, loud feasts. At Christ the King, we're committed to letting life take its shape around the real, mysterious presence of Christ with us. So if you're longing for truth, goodness, and beauty, then you're longing for King Jesus. And if you long for the reality that lies behind the mystery of life, then we hope you'll find it in his church. We'd love to meet you. We'd love to hear your story. You can belong here before you believe here, which is to say that you can find your faith as you experience the mystery of God with us. So we invite you to join us here in Christ the King as we participate in the story that God is telling.